Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Jay Larone. Please like, subscribe, and share. And drop some comments down below if you feel like it, or if you think if there's something else you want to hear, or want to hear me talk about another video, something you want me to react to, just drop that down below in the comments as well. All right. Now, today we're going to talk about Michael B. Jordan. I know a lot of you guys heard about what happened with him and Lori L at the red carpet premiere of Creed 3. And of course, she basically got embarrassed because back in the day she was calling him corny. And, we've all pretty much been there, growing up in high school, or even junior high, even elementary, kids will be kids, you know what I mean? So of course, whenever you're doing something that goes different from the norm, yeah, you're gonna get called corny. If you're not playing any sports, if you're not in football, basketball, track, or even baseball, depending on, what your high school is good in or what your high school normally does. Some high schools, they might be mainly soccer or something else, but most high schools are mainly the top three, which is football, basketball, and baseball. But yeah, so like I said, if you don't participate in any stuff like that, a lot of times you are considered corny, especially when you're that age with headshots, and normally that means, you're trying to be an actor, model, or something like that. You're trying to get into TV. And a lot of times when people don't see you as being that type of person who can excel in that area, they go laugh at you. They go say you're corny because you're not following the norm. You're not doing what everybody else is doing. If you're on your own path or your own journey, then 9 times out of 10 you will be labeled as that corny dude or something like that. But let's get into the video. And all right, hold on a second, let me pull this up and we'll get into this video.
Show. We got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The Corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here. How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
It was awesome. It's a family vibe. The last nine years of my life, I spent on the Creed films. They're very supportive. Tessa, Felicia, Rashad, Wood Harris, people that see me grow up. And for the fact that I sat behind the camera and finally got a chance to direct them, they loved it. They embraced it, and it was a wonderful experience.
And you see how how she tried to play that off by saying, like she didn't call him corny. But she did make fun of the name. You know what I mean? So 9 times out of 10, even if she did make fun of the name, I'm pretty sure she was in line with the kids who did call him corny or whatever. So, but yeah, like I said, it's always something. You know what I mean? It's always something. They always find a way to like I said, make fun of you if you're not going with the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Was it difficult for you mentally because you're coming out of a different space?
I mean, I was staying in it. It's about y'all. This ain't about me.
Isn't this the sexiest man show off right here? Who's the sexiest man? Because now who's the sexiest man? Because I thought you said you're on the way up. He might be the one right now.
This is the one. This is the one right here. Yeah. See
So is it a tie?
No tie. We don't compete. Yeah, we don't compete.
Two number ones. Batman and Batman. Or should I? Oh, no, can't say that.
Superman and Superman.
Superman and Superman. Sorry.
Good luck with that.
And as you see how she tried to pit both of them together, like, who's the sexiest man and stuff like that, knowing, as men, we don't compete like that. You know what I mean? It ain't about who's the sexiest or whatever. But you see how she tried to, they always try to do that. They always try to put two people together, to try to make them go against each other. You know what I mean? But Jonathan Majors, he played that off, pretty good. He asked her, what type of question is that? Which, I mean, why would you ask that question? So that was kind of strange that she would ask that question of, who's the sexiest man and stuff like that, trying to put both of them at odds and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, he played it off good by saying, how, that we don't compete like that. But yeah, so it's like that old saying, man. Like I said, when you're in high school, man, people, they will try to do you that way and talk about you when you're not going with the norm of everybody else, you know. And so I know, like, when we was in high school, like we used to talk about each other in high school too. But like I remember in junior high, we all used to play like the dozens. We all used to, bust on each other or whatever. So we all used to, like, at lunchtime. And there's a difference between talking about somebody out of spite versus just out clowning, having fun. You know what I mean? So, we used to do it, at lunchtime. We all, like, there was like behind the lunchroom, we would go out. It was like a little patio or gazebo area that we all used to sit around, you know, and we used to just all sit out there and talk shit. We used to get out there and just talk about each other. It'd be a group of us, man, about 6, 7, sometimes 10. And and that's all we did. We just sit out there and just talk about each other. Right after right after lunch, we'd sit out there for about a good 30 to 45 minutes after that, after we ate lunch, and just sit out there and just talk shit. Basically, just that's all we did. And we had monitors, teachers that would walk around, make sure nobody got into anything, make sure there was no fights, make sure we went out there just cussing up a storm and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's what we did. Whenever a group of us got together, especially in junior high, that's all we did was talk noise. It was just like, you got a bunch of us together, we just talked about each other. And but yeah, so that was no harm, no foul. But you did at times, but there were times where you saw where kids were getting bullied. People would talk about somebody out of spite because they was jealous or whatever. Or like I said, if you just went against the grain, they would always have something to say. So you had a group of people that did that. And then you had, just like if you were a bunch of y'all just real tight, all y'all did was just sit around and talk about each other because y'all was cool. It wasn't gonna be no harm, no foul. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I said, it's just it's part of growing up. But as you get older, especially when you used to pick on somebody out of spite, like I said, because of his name, Michael B. Jordan. And I heard in one interview she was saying, well, yeah, we used to talk about his name because he's his name Michael Jordan, but he's no Michael Jordan, stuff like that. But for if it wasn't no big deal, she could have just said, yeah, I did, but I'm sorry, I apologize. We were kids, we were young, we didn't know no better, or something like that. But you could tell that was something that they did used to pick on him about. And instead of her just accepting the fact that she did it, she tried to, no, misquoted for sure and all that. I didn't say that, stuff like that. So even now she can't even, admit what she did. You know what I'm saying? She just had to say, she didn't say that. But, like I said, it's that, what Kevin Samuels used to say, hey, big head. Because she made it a point to, they say that they knew each other, that they went to the same school back in the day and stuff like that. So, she was trying to get a little clout in there also, by saying that she knew him. But, he wasn't going for that because Michael Jordan had heard the podcast, I guess, that she did where they was talking about him and all that. So, you can't, just talk about people like that and think that they're not going to remember it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like I said, it's just how I know. Like I said, it's just, especially women. Like it always points back to that. It's always the women. Is the women that are doing the F stuff. You know what I mean? The F shit. They're always with the F stuff. So always doing the BS, always doing the most. But you guys just wanted to talk about that real quick, man, and just like I said, it's something that a lot of us go through. A lot of us get talked about in school and stuff like that, and you might meet somebody years later. They might act like they never said anything. They might act like they were just joking or they didn't mean it, and some would just be like, hey, they'll just deny the whole thing at all, like it never happened. But in the end, by being a success, by being on your game, by knowing what you want to do in life, because like that's how Michael B. Jordan was. He knew back then what he wanted to do. He knew he wanted to be an actor or a model or whatever. So he had his headshots ready, and he did what he had to do. He got, he was on soap opera, he was on The Wire, and then he just blew up and did movies from there. I think he did was at Fruitville Station where he played the dude that got killed at the subway station. So hey, he did what he did. He did what he had to do, and he just blew up from there. So and then you have people like L'Oreal who she did make fun of him in school. That's a fact. So now she's seeing him and she probably wished that she would have treated him a little bit better. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, you can't be you don't have that foresight. What I'm saying, when you're young, to see that somebody's going to be that talented to make it. So you always got to treat people with respect, even if what I'm saying, even if they do go against the grain of what everybody else is doing. There's no reason to make fun of them or talk about them in a malicious way. You know what I'm saying? Now if they were just joking and yeah, what I'm saying, it's a different thing, but you could tell that it wasn't no childhood joke or something like that. It was just something that they teased him about all the time. So and that's the difference. But you guys, tell me what you think. Drop comments down below. Again, like I said, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. And you guys, please be good to yourself. And by all means, let's be good to one another. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.